This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1233, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Happy Super Bowl edition, everybody. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Nashville, it's artist-producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
What's happening?
Just down the street there, our managing editor, downtown, Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
And in LA, it's, from Social Club, it's Marty.
What's going on? Go Oilers.
Man, you bring it back
playing?
to the 80s.
Go Oilers is crazy.
Emily told me that. Is that wrong information? Just kidding.
You should never listen to me when I give you sports information.
Getting oiled up.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Oilers. Diddy's team. Got it. Okay, now I'm getting it. Now I'm getting it.
The layers of Emily's joke towards me. Okay, I get it.
Got it. Yeah. We don't talk a lot of sports, but we got a little sports update and we got a sports game at the end of this show. We're doing the ultimate Super Bowl snack bracket.
Ooh.
I rock with it.
All right. Well, how are you guys doing?
Doing good. I feel aged today, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie.
Why?
Because I got this new iPhone case and there's a wallet in it.
Yeah.
And this is just like me becoming an older man here.
Wait, is it the mag wallets that slap onto it, or you got like the flip book thing like
it's
old
a
people?
flip book like my father
Marty.
has. I know.
Marty.
I lose my wallet everywhere.
Not the flip
So put
book.
your AARP card in there?
Are you gonna clip it onto your belt next? Come on,
The worst
man.
part about this is that in the pictures, like, they show like stock photos.
Yeah.
Even the stock photos, everyone was like over 6 years old.
Marty.
But it's a really nice leather case with the little wallet in the back because I keep losing my wallet everywhere. And officially am becoming an older man with this piece of equipment over here.
Why do you need a wallet anymore? Like, I guess ID.
I have a lot of cards and stuff like that. I have Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have Pokemon cards.
In your wallet?
Did you say you have Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Yeah. No, for real. I do have. I think like more than ever. Even though like I'm an American citizen, I'm like, let me carry my passport. Let me carry any type of paper that has to do with my life. I think I'm going to carry it with me everywhere I go.
But what if you then lose your wallet and all that paperwork is lost?
And then I lose my phone. Then it's just like a really bad situation and there's no recovery at least.
All right.
That's
No, I'm waiting for the day whenever I can put my ID on my phone because then I never have to carry a wallet
It's
around
coming.
again. I know I need it now because
That's a classic girl thing
should
too.
have been here, bro.
Girls always put their ID right behind the cell phone.
Yeah, I
It's
do
like
it
they
often.
That's all you guys take. That's all girls take.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Emily, you could just put your ID like inside
could.
your case.
No, I do, but it's like it makes it like a little like even though it's really thin, like it does make it a little bulkier and it's kind of annoying. But you don't understand. Women's pockets are already like so small and useless that I can really only fit like my iPhone in there. Like it just, I need everything to be digital. It'll make my life a lot easier.
Yeah, it's coming.
They
Apple's
only had
trying.
a chip that like I could just buy everything on my hand. I wish I could just
like put a barcode
chip.
on me and just scan me.
Is there any way?
I'm good.
Is there any way that we can get some chips on our neck and hand and our forehead?
I actually think that's on the way too. So
Elon's vision. All right. Well, we have a great show in store for you coming up. Chris Brown joins us. It's Grammy week, so we thought, why not go with Chris Brizzy? No, Chris Brown from Elevation Worship. They have a new album coming out next week. Yeah, the good one. The good one. This is a clean episode. There's not an explicit label on it, so it's the Elevation Chris Brown.
They both won Grammys this year.
Did they really?
Yeah, Chris Brown, right? Didn't he win?
I didn't see the Christian one. That's the day before.
The bad one. What the heck?
The bad one is
the redeemed
crazy.
one. Just kidding. I think
the
he
bad
won, but I
one
thought
is
Elevation won
crazy.
too.
Emily, you just literally just showed your youth group side. That mug just popped out. That mug was like,
You said bad one. I thought you said the black one.
The black one. No. Look, we ain't gonna put that on my Emily. No, we ain't put that on my Emily.
I did say the bad one.
We don't put
It
that
has
on my
nothing to do with
Emily.
youth group stuff. It's more just Rihanna is honestly all it goes back
She's
to.
still upset.
You're Rihanna?
No, just like what happened with Chris Brown and Rihanna. Like I haven't forgiven him.
That's why he's the bad one, because he's an abuser.
That's what.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone else has forgiven him. I will hold that grudge for Rihanna. I think she's even moved on from it, but I'm gonna hold on to that grudge for
hold
her.
on to it?
Yeah.
Hey, hey, you need to read an article we published yesterday about holding grudges.
I skimmed it.
Forgiveness. It's key. It's pretty mandated. You need to work on that.
No, there was an asterisk that Emily Brown is allowed to. First off, he's giving the Browns a bad rep, so I actually do have a stake in this game. Like I can.
The Browns.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's a really good angle right there.
Yeah.
Cousin
You
Chris.
ruined our name.
Cousin Chris. Yeah, I got the
Yeah.
good cousin Chris, and then the other.
The one
cousin
from
Chris.
LA and then the one from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so speaking of Grammys, I got this isn't in the lineup or whatever, but I got an email a minute ago announcing this week that Tribal Records, we know, the Christian label that does Mav City Music and some other artists, they started in 2020. Okay. They were founded in 2020. I remember the inception of Tribal Music. This week they won their 67th Grammy. Tribal.
Bro, 67 Grammys is crazy.
That
In
has to be a
4
record.
years.
That is
Wow.
crazy.
How's that even? Well, hold on. They've won one Grammy that went to like 30 people. That's why.
No.
They can't
No,
win
no.
67 Grammys in 4 years.
There's
Okay,
not
this is-
that many
There's only two
Grammys,
categories.
bro.
There's only
That's
two but I'm saying
right.
67 members
Got
of
you.
them won.
Oh, so they won this year for the
They
song.
won 2 Grammys, but
One
400 people
Hallelujah.
write one song with them.
One Hallelujah featuring So written by G. Morris Coleman, Israel
Yeah, there's a
Houghton,
lot.
Kenneth Leonard
Right.
Jr., Tasha Cobbs Leonard, and Naomi Rain. So that
Still
would have been
impressive at
6 of the
67
67. Now I'm
people in the
understanding it
world.
because I
Yeah.
saw this email come in. I was like, in 4 years? I mean, that's got to be some record.
That's more
crazy.
than like Dolly Parton times 7. Yeah.
Has there been 67 Grammy Awards?
We're at the 68th Grammys this year.
Has there, I don't
Okay.
even think it's been that many ceremonies.
So
bro.
6 writers, they're counting it
Yeah.
as we
Yeah.
won. Tribal won 6 awards because 6 of our writers won this
6
year.
Have you ever
Got
seen
it.
their like
Okay.
videos where there's like 700 of them, like in this factory? It's dark. Here's the thing: they make it look cool because it's like dim lighting, but it really looks like a Korean factory, and everyone's sitting in a circle, like trying to get warm by the fire. And then one guy has a guitar, and it just looks really great.
I miss that era of Tribal. To be
Yeah,
honest with you.
that was pandemic era.
Pre-arena tours. That was to me the OG Mav City. Those
Sit in the
worship
dark.
circles, like writing circles. But if you like that vibe, House Fires. It's the same.
Yeah.
They're Tribal. It's Jonathan J. And and House Fires is doing that intimate thing still. Whereas Mav City is out winning 67 Grammys. House Fires is still doing that old school stuff.
Funny story: Tribal reached out to us this week and wanted to see if they wanted to sign me, Social Club.
Wait, Social Club or Marty? Because you got
Social
your own
Club
label.
and me, and me, all of us.
Wait, is this an exclusive? What's the
I
decision?
absolutely said no, but yeah, they asked.
We'll
They
take
signed
it.
like 8 rappers already, 8 artists. So
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
rappers.
is.
They're getting to hip hop stuff. Yeah.
get hip hop guys, yeah.
Hey, I saw like you're getting word out more about Apollo, about your label.
Yeah, trying to. I mean, honestly, people are reaching out to me to post it, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point in life where I have to show, and I have to prove. I can't just tell people. So I
Yeah.
actually didn't want to do any of this stuff. I just want people to see
Put the music out,
brand.
right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
brand. I want to speak for itself. Like I want TDE energy, where I'm not trying to say us. I'm just trying to show my artists and be like, look at these guys. Look how talented they are. So
Yeah.
Right.
I know there's a lot of white rappers on your label.
well, yeah, one of them was white. That's it. The other
What?
one's black and
I
like
flipped
Dominican.
through them. There was one black guy and everybody else was pretty
There's
fair.
only 2 artists. And
No.
me.
No,
The other guys
that-
are A&Rs. The other guys are A&Rs.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah,
that one,
but
it
you're
wasn't
right.
your post. It was some other
Yeah.
Christian hip hop account, and it was like I was swiping, and it was like all these white dudes, and then one black guy.
I'll tell you what I tell Derek. That kid Andrew Prim, even though he's white as could
He's
be,
nasty.
he has so much soul. It's the
He's
weirdest
nasty.
thing.
Yeah,
He's
Prim
like
is
a
nasty.
soulful king. He makes samples for a living. He won a Grammy for Lecrae. He's just a
67
really.
of them.
Yeah, he won. Actually, I think 18 people won on that one song. So it's exciting.
Can I sign to your label, Marty?
Yeah, we're
You're-
just gonna sign.
you're
people
white
and
enough.
throw
You could-
everybody. Yeah. I'm
If you're
passing.
white,
he'll sign
female rapper. Follow up question: can you teach me how to rap? And then you can sign
Absolutely.
me.
Production.
Yo.
Derek's eyes are the size of plates. Like I can't believe.
Alrighty. Hey, look, I'm enjoying this. This is crazy. Usually I'm the guy that's like, hey.
It's a lot
Emily's
of
been
white
trolling
people.
me all morning, guys. I'll be honest with you. Emily's been trolling me all morning.
Okay.
I don't know, man. You're getting into all this like British house music now, so I just don't know what's
That's
going on
right
with
up my
you.
lane.
he was sending tracks last night, and I was like, I felt like I was shopping at Express, and it was like,
Why did Cameron respond with "Thanks, Habibi"? I was like, what does that even mean, Habibi?
What's so funny is like I'm not a fan of house music, British Vogue, and all that stuff, but I like your flow, your rap. So it's just like
something different.
It was just I was felt torn because I was like I like Marty's verse, but I don't like the beat. But that's fine. It's each his own. All right, moving the show along. Marty, tell me what you think about the stuff I make every day. How's that?
I love it. I'm on every single day on relevantmagazine.com.
Give me your critique. Tell me where I'm
I
falling.
only say
love
nice
it.
things.
All right.
Hey, Marty gonna have to wear the same little hoodie that Drake wore at the event with the bullet holes.
Oh my smoke in the back. He had bullet holes and the smoke just
He
in
was
the
going
back.
back to his Degrassi days on that one.
He was so serious too. Like he was like, wait till they see this hoodie. This is gonna like he's walking down.
Dead
like,
man walking.
I'm very much alive.
I saw the clip from Degrassi of him getting shot like so many times. People being like, "This is like really what he's like feeling right now." It's like
Your boy hamming it up, man. Like even the little thing, I'm very much alive. Like that joint was like, bro, this is a little zesty, bro.
He planned those shows to be perfectly aligning with the Grammy, so we didn't have to show up. Let me
For
tell you
sure.
something.
For sure. All right, moving the show along. Stay tuned. Up next, it's Relevant Buzz. Okay, it's time for
Relevant Buzz.
Tell us what's happening at the intersection of faith and culture this week, Emily.
all right, so we were just talking about the Grammys, and there was actually a moment that I feel like hasn't really gotten a lot of kind of discussion, but it's something that I wanted to bring up to make sure we're kind of aware of and just know that it happened. And that is the speech that Doechii gave when she won Best Rap Album this year. If you guys don't know Doechii, I'm sure y'all do, but for the listeners, she's a young female rapper who's been around for a few years now, but she really blew up last year. I'm not technically recommending her because I will say her music's not getting featured on like, a Christian playlist.
Her music is incredibly explicit.
Yes.
Her style is like old school, dope, incredible lyricism, great personality, theatrics, incredible artist, but like incredibly profane. So like, no, we're not endorsing her, but.
Yes. So with that caveat, she won Best Rap Album. She got up to give her speech. And I just kind of want to play a part of her speech that sort of caught my eye, and then we can talk about it in a second.
I put my heart and my soul into this mixtape. I bared my life. I went through so much. I dedicated myself to sobriety, and God told me that I would be rewarded and that He would show me just how good it can get.
So yeah,
Praise
apparently
him, girl.
she's sober.
But this is what caught our eye is like her most famous track has this whole thing of like, I like drugs. I like drinking. I like, I like sex. I like whatever. And it's like all these kids, all these fans are like singing along. Like she's celebrating the lifestyle of drugs, alcohol, sex, all this stuff, like celebrating it. Like, I like it. I'm going to stand on that. And like, but the reality is during while she was writing that and stuff, she was sober. She's sober. So I'm kind of going like, I thought you were like telling us about your life. That's the whole premise of the song is like, what's been going on with you? I had this guy, this situation, but I don't care. I like this life. But she's sober.
It just shows you the act of
Thank
what we
you.
do.
That's where I was going. Like, I
Like
thought she was
Future
being authentic.
doesn't drink
and it was
at
the
all.
opposite. Are you serious? Future doesn't drink
Future
at all?
doesn't do. Future talks about codeine. He's like, I don't do drugs. Like that's where we are as art right now. It's like, hey, talk about the culture, but don't do it. Don't hurt yourself. Like you could give it to everybody else, but look at her. She's like, God told me to be sober, and I think that's incredible.
She's telling everybody else, look at me. Look at me. I'm partying. I like drugs. I'm proud and loud. And like TikTok, everybody's singing along. They're doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like she's celebrating a lifestyle that she has stopped and turned her back on. And it's just like, why don't you talk about that? Why don't you be authentic? I was just.
You know why?
Tell me.
You know why?
Well, I know, but I'm saying
because if she did,
she's a character now. So now I lose respect for her as an artist.
That's what it is.
If she came out and said, hey, I don't do any of these things.
Right.
No one's listening. Like and especially with black art, our art for black people, because I consider rap black music, even though we have other people.
Apollo Records has a lot of other people
that
I always says Puerto Ricans involved somewhere
invited.
in there.
We have other people that are invited to the party, but for the most part, rap, R&B, things of that nature, they're black music. But we're the only genre that does not have runways for people to tell an honest version of their life. The only time that Black people are celebrated is when we're telling a life of a caricature of the worst parts of our culture. That's the only time we're celebrated. We're never celebrated. If that was the truth, then artists, and rarely, a guy like Killer Mike, his head will pop up every now and again. But even when you think about Kendrick, if Kendrick makes songs about therapy and all those different things, nothing. But call another Black man a pedophile and you win 5 Grammys. That's just, it's just what it is. That's how the culture is. People go to rap because rap is the dirty little secret that encourages you to be an idiot. That's what happens.
Or rewards you for being an idiot.
Yeah, it encourages you. It's true. It encourages you to be. We celebrate the most vile ideas. As other genres, it isn't that way. And I think that that's a way of how people actually see Black people for the most part. It's like the fun guys, they're the cool guys. If I wanted to punch my boss in the face, I'm gonna go throw on some gangster rappers because it gives me the courage to do that. But where are the Tribe Called Quest? Where are the Talib Kweli's of today?
But see, that's what I think Doechii could have been.
Yeah,
can be.
She could have been, because if she could have been, she would have been.
Yeah.
There's a reason why her content sounds like Tribe Called Quest, sounds like vintage classic hip hop, but her content can't sound that way because they don't want to see a Black woman with her clothes on. Black women have to have BBLs and big chests. That's what sells when it comes to Black women. It's what sells when it comes to a lot of women, because men are very, I'm on my soapbox, but misogynistic. So we don't leave space for women to just be themselves. They have to look a certain way.
Emily was nodding.
Or if they do, like, who just what's her name just won the Grammy with Erykah Badu? Like, that's
Bianca Censori.
No. The girl who won. Yeah, Rhapsody. In her case, she's authentic who she is, and she's like, the Tribe Called Quest. It takes her 30 years. It takes you forever to get there, and then
and you had to do a song with a legend. With Erykah Badu, you had to,
This is like 20. Her career, like, 'cause I've followed her since the mixtape. Her career is like 20 years to get any type of recognition of being positive and not talking about sex and drugs and being such a great storyteller and a great writer. But still, with all that being said, it took her 20 years to get 1 Grammy versus Doechii, who I think is one of my favorite artists in terms of female hip hop.
Crazy with it.
Because her production, everything is just TDE is just phenomenal. But yeah, you're right. It does come with something. Like, I have a kid now. Am I going to show my kid that music? Probably not.
Right.
Yeah.
The only side of us that's often celebrated is the dark side. And when you start seeing people that want to move up in corporate America, or move up in areas that are not there, they're often prevented from doing that. Because it's called a DEI thing. Like, it's like, they're not really good at their job. It's just because they're Black that we'll put them there. Right. And it's an unfortunate thing, but it's what rewards toxicity. It's like, okay, cool. Well, I can either be a gangster rapper talking about a lifestyle that I don't really care about, nor do I live, and maybe make millions of dollars, or I can try to grind it up through corporate America. And I hear my cousin talk about how he never gets promoted and never gets moved up. It makes the choice pretty clear oftentimes, unfortunately.
I love Doechii as an artist, and I struggle listening to her stuff because it's so explicit. And then to hear that Doechii, the person, is a different person living with a different lifestyle, different standards than she portrays in her music, just disappointed me. It's just kind of like, Doechii, I mean, like, you're better than this. Like, you don't have to stoop to that level to be a great artist, in my opinion. But anyway, we'll see what happens after this. Maybe it's like this album brokered through and she'll expand out lyrically after this.
Yeah, I think we just have to do a better job of creating pathways for people in hip hop music
to be authentic.
I think that's to be authentic. And I think that's what RMG, that's what our goal is, Marty, you have whoever you want on your roster, as long as that roster is encouraging people. And one thing I noticed within hip hop, especially with Christians, is the only way that those Black artists will get an opportunity is if they become safe for white people in evangelical circles. So for me, I wanted to build RMG to be a place that celebrates different types of cultures as long as it's adding value to the world. Like, you don't have to change who you are. We're going to take that message, package where who you are, and we're going to send you to those people to impact them. You know what I'm saying? So I love youth group rappers, but I also love hood trap rappers too. Just as long as you're talking about faith, let's do that. You know what I mean?
It's good.
How do you feel about white female rappers that would be heavily influenced by Taylor Swift?
I'm ready to go. Listen, Emily, just come to the house. Let's get you a song cut. Let's get you a song. Come to the house. We'll debut it on Relevant.
I love it.
And we'll do it that way. Like, you're right down the street. Let's make this. Let's get this popping right quick.
Emily, you can sing our new theme song.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what everyone listening to this really wants from the Relevant podcast.
Listen, I think that's the question of the week. Do you want Derek and Emily to make a song, make a banger, and
you want
put
Derek,
it out?
Emily, and a lot of auto-tune.
Hey, I don't care. Let's make a hit right quick. We'll give it to Cameron. We'll debut it on the show. We'll throw it up on Spotify, and it's gonna be amazing. We'll distribute it. We'll distribute it through RMG. It's gonna be crazy.
There we go.
We're gonna give you gold teeth too.
Okay. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about is, Super Bowl weekend, kind of a big deal. I'm personally excited about it because this means this is the last time I have to talk about football for a couple months. I'm pretty thrilled. Big day for me. Big day for me. No, we have been talking about it for the last few months, but for good reason. It's because, like we've said, there's so many athletes that have just been really bold and outspoken about their faith. And of course, leading up to the Super Bowl this week is no exception. We actually have a new clip from Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, which he's kind of one of the biggest names in the NFL. But he was talking to reporters about giving glory to God throughout the game. And we're going to play the clip so you can hear what he has to say.
After the AFC Championship game, you were quick to give glory to God. And people might say, hey, of course you're going to give glory to God. All you do is win. What does it mean to you to give him praise one way or the other?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to me every single day. It's not about football. It's just giving glory to God for being able to walk around and live my life, to have a beautiful family, to be able to have impact on others. And I'm going to use that stage and that platform, win or lose, to give glory back to him, to hopefully bring others closer to him, and that they can have the same love for life that I have because of that.
Come on. Preach,
Beautiful.
brother.
So, good for Pat. Hopefully God hears that and that helps him kind of sway who's going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, now just to be clear, if you're an Emily fan and you don't watch a lot of football and you just heard that clip of Patrick Mahomes talking about Jesus and you're scrolling through Netflix and you see a show called The Quarterbacks where they do a year-long documentary following a handful of top quarterbacks in the NFL last year. And you're like, oh, there's that Christian guy, Patrick Mahomes. Let me fire this up with the family one night. Don't, because Patrick Mahomes has the most foul mouth in real life.
I'm going to watch this tonight.
Yeah, it's like he's talking Jesus on the microphone, and then in the locker room, it's
me and Pat got a lot in common.
Dang, I got to watch this tonight. I got to see what's going on.
Hey, I gotta go check my twin out right quick and see what he got going on.
I'll say this about Patrick Mahomes.
He's opposite Doechii. He's doing the public face and the real face.
In defense of Patrick Mahomes, I can say this confidently because I don't talk about it much. I'm only 1 degree away from Patrick Mahomes. We have a mutual friend. And
Taylor Swift?
I wish. If I was friends with Taylor Swift,
So you're two friends away from Taylor then.
Yeah.
You're 2 friends away from Taylor.
I am 2 friends away from Taylor. The second
that's
she
good.
popped out with Travis Kelce, that was my first thought, was this is how I become friends with Taylor. Anyways, all that to say, I just knowing how Patrick grew up, he definitely grew up in the belt buckle of the Bible Belt. And so I'll say that about his faith is I think it is genuine, but I think there are maybe some things that he's maybe
Just
culturally,
something we do.
there's some cultural things there too.
Look, man,
Sure.
if people from around the world, if you ever come to the belt buckle of the Bible Belt, you're going to experience the wildest version of Christianity you've ever experienced. As
long as you're from Sweden, you're good. But if you come from any other country and you hit the Bible Belt buckle,
you're going to be confused.
You're going to be,
You're gonna be
as soon as they
very
get out of
confused.
church, they're going to stomp you out.
Yeah, it's like no matter what you were doing on Friday and Saturday, you're at church on Sunday morning.
That's
you know?
it,
right.
brother.
It's true.
Amen. Amen.
It's very
Amen
true.
to that.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Glad people are like that. We do it too.
In other Super Bowl news, this will be the last thing that I probably will talk about with football, is Lauren Daigle is going to be performing at the Super Bowl this year. Did you guys
What's
see
she
this?
doing? The national anthem?
No, so John Batiste is doing the national anthem. Before that, she's going to be singing "America the Beautiful" with.
So like Whitney Houston did "America the Beautiful."
Oh, wow.
Lauren's doing that. You know,
That's amazing. Good for her.
Oh, good. Yeah. She's gonna slay it.
It's the Super Bowl's this year in New Orleans. She's from Louisiana. I think they're kind of doing like.
Who is in the Super Bowl? I don't even know actually.
It's the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Chiefs and the Eagles. Yeah.
Okay, who do we want to win, guys?
Patrick Mahomes is a Christian, a public Christian.
So we have to support him?
I don't know.
Jalen Hurts got real gold.
I kind of want to do the Eagle.
Diamonds around his neck, so I kind of want to see what Philly got going.
I want Philly to win this one.
So here's the thing, Marty. The last two. So this is a rematch from 2 years ago. These same two teams, and Kansas City won. Kansas City won last year as well. So if Kansas City won, it'd be a three-peat, which is like unprecedented. Yeah. But 99% of America is rooting for the Eagles because they are so tired of the Chiefs being this good, and they're tired of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, and they're just ready for turning the page to another team being the champion. So if you pull for the Eagles, you will have a lot of company. I'll just tell you that.
Let y'all know right now, this is what makes me feel that the Chiefs are going to win. And the reason why is because as of recently, most of the things that most Americans don't want, it happens. So that's just really kind of how it goes. But then that's how champions are birthed. People hated Michael Jordan. They hated him. They wanted him to lose every time, and he always ripped their heart out. So it's like I think that's what's going to happen.
You're making a point that I don't watch a lot of sports radio because it's just mind-numbingly repetitive. But right. I'm not an NFL guy, so I don't know the nuances of this matchup. But I was listening to sports radio yesterday, and a lot of people were saying, the experts were saying basically what you're saying, Derek, that on paper at every level, Philadelphia should win. Mm-hmm. But Kansas City has this thing that in those moments they rise to them, and they have that thing that Michael had that he hits the shot, you know, you know what I mean? That kind of thing where it's just like the championship pedigree that Philly hasn't figured out yet. So maybe the better team, which is supposedly Philly, will actually win for once. But all the experts are kind of going, who would actually bet against Kansas City in a Super Bowl? You know what I mean? So. And I think
the thing is just about being a winner is rising to the occasion whenever you're outmatched. Like that's what being a winner is. I think there's almost something about the most dangerous person is the person with nothing to lose. Like if Philly's supposed to beat them across the board, there's something in the back of your head that's like, yeah, we're better than them. But if you feel outmatched, you might play above their level because you're like, nah, we have to bring every game every second. So bring our game every second. So I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see what happens.
And I'll say this, Taylor Swift isn't dating a loser. So that's kind of where I'm going.
You think she'll be there, Emily?
Yeah,
of course she'll be there.
She'll be there?
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen her.
She's a winner too, so it's just like, man, I don't know.
Winners, no winners.
She's been at the games,
She's been at the games.
I will say if Chiefs win, good for me being a Swiftie. If the Eagles win, good for me because I love Abbott Elementary. So I kind of can't lose here.
Okay. It's like me being like, I like the movie Rocky. And so that's why I want Philadelphia.
Yeah. That's how I pick sports teams.
I like Silver Linings Playbook with Bradley Cooper. And so that's why
Always Sunny in Philadelphia
to.
is a great show. They're big Eagles fans.
I love it. I love the fact that this is what's happening right now.
This is Sports Talk with Emily Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome. Stay tuned for my debut single.
Flips a coin at the end of the show and tells you who's going to win.
And watch her be more right than all the experts. You know what I
mean? Her football team is winning. Her fantasy football team.
Listen,
I picked it last year, and I was right. So.
Hey, look, Cameron, that's a sports show idea, bro.
I know.
Emily and Jesse.
Emily explains sports.
A sports show.
As she reads things, she doesn't care. She's like, this guy broke his tibula. I don't know. Who cares?
There was a couple years ago, you know, the March Madness bracket, which we have coming up later, but the March Madness bracket, and there was this one lady, it was like the only lady in the world, in the country, who had a fully correct bracket. And ESPN interviewed her and said, how did you know? Are you this huge basketball fan? She goes, I picked based on whose outfits I liked better. Like the uniforms.
Yes, right.
But she said outfits. Wow. And she's like, oh, I like their outfit. So they went. And she got the entire March Madness correct. Anyway.
Dog, that's what I'm saying.
When I do March
we
Madness,
need to do this.
I pick based on last year I picked based on vibe. only.
There you go. Vibe only.
Vibe
Like,
only is
I
crazy.
literally looked at the name and I was like, I like that name. That's a good vibe.
Or you were like, I don't like that name. I can't pronounce it.
And
I don't know who that
I did
is.
not win, but I think I was in like top 5 out of like, when there was like 13 of my friends. So I
Vibe
didn't do
only. I like it. That's the criteria.
Yeah.
All right. That'll do it for Relevant Buzz. Make sure to check out relevantmagazine.com every day where we are covering all of that and a lot more. Thanks, Emily. All right. Stay tuned. Up next, Chris Brown joins us. The good one, not the abusive one.
Oh, my God.
Well, our guest today is Chris Brown from Elevation Worship. You know them. They're one of the biggest worship groups out there. Well, they're dropping a new acoustic project this week, and they're heading out on tour later this month. They've got a lot going on, and Chris tells us all about it. But first, Emily actually asks him about how he feels about being known as the good Chris Brown. Here's Emily's conversation with Elevation Worship's Chris Brown.
All right, before we get started, I do have to confess something to you. I don't know if you've heard us call you this on the show when you've been on before, but we always call you the good Chris Brown. And it's said with love and respect, but I just want to come clean about it in case you don't like it, okay? You can tell me now how you really feel about it.
You know, it is what it is. I probably years ago should have coined, changed my name to Christian Brown. So it served two purposes. You know, my nickname is Christian, but also, you know, the obvious, I'm the Christian Chris Brown. So maybe Christian Brown should have been my artist name, but too late now, you know. Maybe right here, maybe on Relevant, we could do it.
Glad that is out of the way and you are not mad at us. And we can talk about all the exciting things that you've got coming out this month. Like this week, you guys are releasing a sort of stripped down acoustic worship set, which I don't think you've ever really done before. What prompted y'all to do that?
Yeah, well, back in November, December, we just went to this local house and just press record and spent half hour, in worship and recorded it all, which if I'm speaking from a production standpoint, when we've done some different or alternative versions of songs, our approach has typically been like, let's get the acoustic version of this song. And then after that song's done, we'll get the acoustic version or the stripped version of the next song. And so going into this, I was like, this may not end up on YouTube or anywhere else. If nothing else, we'll use it for social clips. But the whole approach really should just be, let's go in, the four of us and a couple of our main musicians, and let's just worship together. And so there's no pressure on, okay, I'm thinking about nailing the performance, if you will, of the acoustic or stripped version of the song. So it was cool. I thought it was beautiful. We haven't approached something like that before, and so hopefully the picture I had was someone's cook of the end product, however it came out, if it did come out in a half hour form, which it's going to do, is someone's just making dinner, you know, and they set their phone by the stove while they're cooking, and it just serves to set a beautiful atmosphere, and it's I think it's peaceful, it's calming, it's just a good time of worship. So hopefully that's how it serves people. People enjoy it that way. They can just turn it on, and there's it's unscripted, and just feels like, you know, you're entering into a little time of worship.
I'm curious, what do you think it is about like a stripped down set that kind of changes worship for us?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's anything that's a nice change of pace, of course, like that feels like, oh, I'm immediately relaxed listening to this. All of us probably enjoy or seek something like that. We all have apps on our phone that are like, that help us sleep or something, white noise or just calming music, or the Calm app, or but I think worship from us, it's our team is very versatile. We don't have one gear or dynamic, and so I think it was a cool way to be able to just also do something that's very natural for us. Just get in and have a time of worship that there's no audience there, and we're not trying to go somewhere big and dynamic, and so I think it's people enjoy both coming to Elevation nights, like our tours, and that's in an arena, and we're giving them a 10 of 10 volume experience. We're going all the way. And it's also cool to be able to provide something that is just chill, as you said. But I think it's nice to all of us to feed our souls and minds with different things,
Now, do you think Elevation will continue to do more acoustic sets like this, or do you think this is just like a one-time thing?
I don't know, maybe. Like I said, it was real natural, so that means it was real easy. We showed up, and we got a great creative team to capture it all, but they were set up, and we prayed, we read some scripture, and pressed record, and then we were like, well, we're good, right? So we were done in an hour and a half, which a lot of times seems like you plan for a shoot for different versions, and it can be like a half-day thing. So I could totally see us doing something like that again. I think we're always we're always intrigued by anything that doesn't feel like we're getting stagnant creatively, which I'm sure we'll talk about Sons of Sunday, but that's like so much of the spirit of that was just there's a lot of songs sitting around, and they don't fit a Sunday morning bucket for Elevation worship to release. So how in the world do we want to try going about releasing these, or is there a place to release them? And so when we found the concept of Sons of Sunday and just bringing friends together and having a good time, then, stylistically speaking, that's all over the map. Like song to song, it's so different because we didn't write for that project. These songs already existed, and they existed for like over the course of 4 years. Songs would just be written at different times with each of the guys. And some of them are like pop, and some of them are real swampy rock, and some of them are just complete vibed out. And there's a couple worship songs, but we weren't concerning ourselves with trying to fit a stylistic, category or bucket or anything. It was just let's get in and have a good time with friends, and obviously that was creatively inspiring for us too.
Okay, now that you brought up Sons of Sunday, I did want to talk about this really interesting like worship supergroup kind of thing that's happening right now. What was the origin behind this? How did this get started?
Yeah, so last May of 24, like I said, we had 13, 14, 15 songs that had been written over the course of 3-4 years, and they always wound up sitting in a Dropbox folder with like no plan, because they weren't corporate worship songs, but we just thought, well, I don't know, maybe someone will use them someday. And last May, Pastor Stephen calls me, and he's like, hey, we've tried to figure out a way to place these songs and what we're going to do. He's like, it literally just hit me. We should get a men's quartet together. It should be the 2024 version of the Gaither vocal crew. And it should be called Sons of Sunday. And then it just kept, we talked about it, kept expanding. And so wound up with the 6 of us, myself, Pastor Stephen, Brandon Lake, Chandler Moore, Pat Barrett, and Leland. And all it was a text that, of course, went out to everybody. Like I said, all of these individual songwriters and artists were a part of writing different ones of the songs through those years. But it was, I'm in. We got to do this. there's I don't know, like if you know some of these like older groups, if you will, that came together, like Traveling Wilburys was like this group in the 90s that Tom Petty formed, and Roy Orbison and Bob Dylan and George Harrison. They got together. They're all artists in their own right, and they formed this group. Or the Highwaymen was like Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings, and so there it was kind of like we had that as a mental picture in our mind, like what if we just created a band and we're not writing for this band because the songs have already been written, but no artist has felt like they have a bucket for that particular song. So what if they're meant for all of us to do together? And so we had so much fun. That was the origin, but I will say it has been 6-7 months still figuring out exactly what it is. So we kind of knew, okay, it's Sons of Sunday and we're all together, but we're still kind of figuring out like exactly what this thing is. But we have, I'll say it here, we have 14 songs that we recorded. And they'll probably all come out in some form this year.
That was the good Chris Brown, or should we say Christian Brown. Be sure to check out Elevation Worship's new acoustic project, I Know a Name, when it drops on Saturday. And stay tuned. Up next, it's the Super Bowl snack bracket. All right, it's time for
the Super Bowl snack bracket.
The Super Bowl snack bracket. We have created 4 categories here. The bracket regions are dips and chips, meaty mains, handheld favorites, and sweet treats. Okay, so that's our 4 regions.
Side note, meaty mains is a wild category, guys. Just letting you know.
Meaty mains. This is exciting, guys.
I
like games like this.
So here we go. Round 1. We've got buffalo chicken dip. We're in the dips and chips category now. We've got buffalo chicken dip versus guacamole. Who wins that matchup?
I'm going to say, wow, that's a really tough one.
I'm going to go buffalo chicken dip, personally.
I'm going guac. Are you kidding?
I'm going to go guac. I'm going to go guac.
I'm okay with guac.
Because I think that the other things are going to be so diabolical that we need some type of healthy a little bit.
The problem with buffalo chicken dip is that it is heavy. Mm-hmm. Like you can't do a lot of it, man. You'll be
to get a good one. Also, it's hard. Sometimes,
sometimes
to find a good one,
Yeah, for sure.
I should say we're starting with 32 total. We're not going to 64. We're starting with 32. So, all right, guac gets to round 2. All right. Queso dip versus 7-layer dip.
Queso.
It's
I'm
queso all day, every
for sure.
day.
Queso, yeah. 7 layers. What is
much.
layer 3
There's
and
too many
4?
beans. I don't need to discover
don't need
beans
four
halfway
beans.
down.
Yeah, I'm good.
And I don't need beans left out.
Discover beans halfway down.
We good.
Break a chip in there because it's so thick.
Like I'm going like cheese, and all of a sudden I got some bean on the end. Nah, I'm good.
I'm
good,
bro. Right. Spinach and artichoke dip versus salsa and chips.
Man, it depends on the type of salsa. If you're getting the one from a little glass jar, no. But if you cut those tomatoes, fresh cilantro, it's a problem.
It's
fresh
different.
onions.
It's different.
I'm gonna do salsa and chips because I'm assuming I'm with you. I'm gonna assume someone did home.
Fresh salsa. I'll do that too.
Yeah.
All right, French onion dip versus hummus and pita chips.
You could just take the whole thing away.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that one's not gonna win.
Hummus is too thick. Like hummus is delicious, but the pita chips are so thick. It's like eating a piece of dried bread.
Well, what I was gonna say is that it got to be the right pita chips, like the fried pita chips. Like some fried pita chips could be good, but
those Lay's Ridges chips going into the French onion dip.
The French onion dip, I think that's going to be the winner.
French onion dip,
French onion
especially
dip,
a good French onion dip.
This is also making me real hungry.
Yeah,
for real. All right,
we already know what the next one is, guys.
We're done with the first round of dips and chips. Now we're in the meaty mains. Here we go. We got buffalo wings versus chicken tenders.
The wings for sure. Come on, guys.
It's got to be buffalo
wings.
Tendies.
All right, barbecue ribs versus Little Smokies. Those little
ribs
wieners.
Again. Smokies is for breakfast.
No, Little
A lot of
Smokies.
Smokies be coming
They're
in
delicious.
clutch.
They'll
boy.
eat
I ain't
400
gonna
of
lie. The Smokies is clutch.
But ribs is like.
Hold on. Okay, you're
cool.
watching the Super Bowl. Are you sitting down and just
That's what I
gnawing
don't
a big
wanna-
old rib?
I
Or
ain't
you
never
doing
seen nobody eat no
Little
ribs
Smokies?
at the Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
But I mean, but if they did do it, I would enjoy them. I'll keep
Smokies
it
are good too.
I'll let us do ribs. I would pick Smokies, but I'll concede.
I'm doing ribs.
real. I think ribs is it.
I go ribs.
right.
Just family friendly.
Sliders versus pulled pork
Come on,
sandwiches.
guys. We know what this is.
Sliders.
Who wants
Sliders.
pulled pork?
I was real nervous.
Communist?
All right. All right. I think that's it for round one.
No, one more.
Oh, for meaty mains? Okay.
Oh, this is a tough
All
one
right.
too.
Meatballs versus loaded nachos.
Give me the nachos.
Which has,
It's gotta be
Get them-
nachos,
get them-
yeah.
get them
I love meatballs, and
out of
I'd
there.
go for that more than anything. But loaded nachos is loaded nachos.
all right. Now we're in the third category, handheld favorites. All right. So pizza rolls versus mozzarella sticks.
Mozz. I'm gonna do the
Mozzarella
mozz
sticks.
because you can just grab and go.
Mozzarella sticks for sure.
Pizza rolls, it's gonna burn the inside of your mouth.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
No Totinos, bro. I'm good.
No, don't do those. All right. Pigs in a blanket versus soft pretzels and cheese.
Pigs in a blanket,
my
'cause y'all
boy.
didn't let me have my
I
little
do the salt
Smokies.
pretzels and cheese,
Nah,
man.
pigs in a blanket. I'm with
Pigs
you.
in a-
Outvoted.
Yeah.
What, isn't that a pancake?
No, it's a
Hey,
croissant
whatever
wrapped
it
around
is,
a
it's
little
good.
smoky, basically. A little
I don't
baby.
care what it is. It's good.
You dip it a little mustard.
Yeah.
So good.
You can do the
get
same
that.
thing with a pretzel.
Loaded potato skins versus jalapeno poppers.
Oh, this is
Skins.
tough, but it's got to be
Skins, guys.
jalapeno poppers.
It's
No,
tough.
what?
Yeah, I'm a-
Poppers, skins.
Skins.
Derek.
TGI Fridays is rolling in his grave.
I hope, and he can stay there. Okay, jalapeno poppers.
He's upside down.
You know what? I want jalapeno poppers.
Thank
but
you.
I think the skins have
With
to
the
win
cheese and the
because
bacon.
they hold up longer.
They hold up, and you can dip
Are
those
you
bad
kidding
boys.
me?
Yeah,
Jalapeno
you.
poppers.
In the third quarter, I would rather warm up a loaded potato skin than a jalapeno popper.
Wait,
Yeah,
okay,
'cause it would
real
get
quick.
soggy, you're
you
right.
can get a loaded
Yes.
potato skin at any mid-tier restaurant anytime you want. When are you getting jalapeno poppers? The
Any
Super
other
Bowl?
only
mid-tier
gonna be
restaurant.
good that-
Okay.
by the time everybody arrives for the Super Bowl, the jalapeno popper is not even going to
This
be
is
good
rigged.
no
This
more.
is
It's like mac
Rigged,
and cheese.
rigged.
It's like
Yeah.
mac and cheese. Gonna go first, guys. Sorry.
Okay, last one in this category: chicken quesadillas versus taquitos.
Taquitos.
Taquitos,
I'm with
really?
the
Are you kidding me? Chicken quesadillas.
Yeah, I
Chicken
think-
quesadillas all day. Taquitos get like. I mean, when have you had fresh ones? I don't know.
I'm on the
Yeah.
fence. I'm on the fence. I like taquitos. I love chicken quesadillas.
You gotta microwave it with a wet paper towel.
Whatever.
There's
This
too much
thing's
involvement.
rigged.
I'm gonna make
Jalapeno poppers
it
are out,
shake
so I've
either
lost.
way. I'm gonna make it
Cameron has
shake
to stay
either
out
way.
of this one. He's just watching us all go back and forth. The paper towel kills it. But, I'm also thinking fresh ingredients for some of these. So
Chicken quesadillas.
They can
There we
all be
go.
different.
All right, last category: sweet treats. So we got chocolate chip cookies versus peanut butter brownies.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Cookies, man.
Cookies, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't go wrong with that.
Brownies versus Rice Krispies treats.
I'll do the
Brownies.
treats.
I
I'll
need
do
the
treats.
Rice Krispie treat for me.
I'll do the treats.
See,
because
I've just had some bad homemade Rice Krispie treats, so
Is it good?
I just had some bad ones, so it's a
Oh,
little
wow.
risky.
There's so
messed
many. There's
that
so many
up.
different ones. You could do Rice
You'd be
Krispie treats.
surprised how
It's
many people
marshmallow
can
and
mess
Rice
that up.
Krispies.
And then
Yeah.
you could throw the chocolate. You could do all kind of different
I'm telling you,
combinations.
people, if they can find a way to mess it up, they will do it.
for sure.
Can't mess it
Nah,
up.
you're
Anyway.
right. You're right.
Unless you put meatballs on it. Like, how do you
Yeah,
mess
I'm
it
trying
up?
to real. There's only 2 ingredients. I don't know
Two
how to.
ingredients. If you don't have
microwave-
one, maybe you
I
mess
think
it
they
up. You
like
just have
marked
a
it
full
too
Rice
long or
Krispies.
not long enough. It was a whole mess. It
All
was too
right,
much.
football cookies versus puppy chow. What does that
Puppy
even
chow.
mean?
I don't even
know
know
what
what
a
puppy chow is. I'm
I don't know what
football
puppy chow
cookies.
is.
So
What
just
is it?
just put the football cookies for me because I ain't never had no puppy chow.
Oh, y'all are missing out on puppy chow.
What is puppy chow?
It's like I don't even know what's all in it. It's just good. It's like
Does
almost
it
like
come in a
it's
yellow
almost like
bag?
a trail mix kind of thing, but like sweet with chocolate. It's good.
I'm gonna take your
Oh,
word
I know
for
what
it
that
for sure.
is.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was called that.
yeah, puppy chow. Honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of
I
good
think
because you
Trader
have a bowl
Joe's
there.
calls
and
it
you-
something else,
Yeah.
jingling or something, right? It's like chocolate. It's like M&Ms mixed with
Yeah,
pretzels.
Some people call it different things. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
that's
a
what
weird
it
name
is.
for it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm going with puppy chow then.
Yeah, we're going puppy chow. Let
Okay.
me have this and
We
I'll
already
talk
have
my
cookies.
jalapeno
We're good.
popper.
Ice cream sandwiches versus cheesecake bites.
Sandwiches. No one eats their cheesecake.
Nah,
They're
give
already
me the
frozen. The
cheesecake
cheesecake bites.
bites
You got to
for
warm
me.
them down. I'm not doing
Ooh,
that.
cheesecake
Cheesecake bites for me.
Okay,
I'm
Emily.
doing cheesecake bites.
Ice cream sandwiches. What?
I'm
Guys.
It's gonna be all
good.
melty and messy.
I'm
You don't
good.
want that.
You just grab it in the fridge. You grab it in the freezer. What are you doing?
Cheesecake bites for me.
All right,
man.
round 2. We're back up to dips and
Here we
chips.
go.
We got guacamole versus queso.
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 Queso. Yeah, queso.
Wow. Salsa versus French onion dip.
Fresh
doing here?
salsa.
Fresh salsa.
Fresh salsa.
I'll add fresh salsa. Okay.
Yeah, because that changes it.
Okay, next bracket is meaty mains.
Come on, guys. You know
Derek's
those
favorite.
wings.
Wings versus ribs.
Wings. Of course.
You guys didn't even want ribs.
Sliders versus loaded nachos.
Sliders.
Sliders, yeah.
All
It's
right.
a tough one right there.
Next category, handheld favorites. We got mozzarella sticks versus pigs in a blanket.
I'll do
in a
pigs. Oh,
Pigs
Oh,
in a
whoa,
blanket
what did
for
we
me.
got?
Emily, what'd you say?
wait, I said pigs.
Pigs in a
So
blanket.
pigs
for
it
me.
I'd go
is.
pigs too. So there you go.
Dang.
Okay. Next category, or not? It's still in the category of handhelds. Loaded potato skins versus chicken quesadillas.
I do the quesadillas, to be frank.
I like the quesadilla.
I love potato skins, but man, a good fresh chicken quesadilla with some shredded chicken.
Are we still sure we want jalapeno poppers to be out?
We are.
Brother.
We are. They on the
Oh, that was back in round one. She didn't even make it.
Yeah, I'm still holding on to that one.
They water boy for sure.
Okay.
They water boy.
Okay.
Sweet treats. Round two, we got chocolate chip cookies versus Rice Krispie treats.
Cookies.
Yeah, give me the cookies.
And puppy chow versus cheesecake bites. That's
Cheesecake
Puppy chow.
But I don't.
Because puppy chow, any temperature.
Derek, I'll make you puppy chow.
All right, final four.
What?
So one of
This
each.
is-
So the champion
Kinda mess.
of bracket dips and chips, is it queso or fresh salsa?
Queso.
Queso.
I think queso, yeah.
Yeah.
Meaty mains, is it
Burger
the champion-
sliders.
wings or sliders?
Wings.
For me, I'm going to say burger sliders.
I
gonna
actually might
say
go
wi-
sliders too.
What?
Nice little cheeseburger with the Hawaiian bun. Forget
We
about
might
Yeah.
have to do a celebrity death match over this then.
Hold on.
'Cause
Wings, not
we
having
split.
wings at a Super Bowl party?
Give me the
it.
wings.
Yeah, not having a cheeseburger is the same thing. It's the same.
lemon pepper wings.
Wings.
Here's
Are
the
you
thing.
kidding
It
me?
comes in. It all comes in the sampler, guys. We're
No.
Are you? I know we're split 2-2. We got
We're
to make a
split 2-2.
decision
We
here.
gotta make a
Emily,
decision.
Emily,
come
where's that
over.
coin for the winner of the
Wings.
team?
Honestly, I don't care about the outcome anymore because my jalapeno poppers didn't win.
She's gonna
So,
terrorize it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, guess we're going
so
wings.
whatever. It doesn't matter because this thing's rigged anyways.
All right. Yeah.
Sabotage us with
Like
some
Luka
wings.
to the Lakers. This was rigged from the league.
This is my Luca. Yeah,
All right,
losing
all
jalapeno
right.
poppers is my Luca.
All right. Okay. Handhelds. Is it pigs in a blanket or quesadillas?
I'm taking the
Quesadilla.
pigs.
Man.
Pigs.
Ooh.
Oh wow, pigs! Dang, I have never
Emily?
even had that.
Pigs, yeah.
All
I'm on
right.
pigs in the
What is
blanket.
it? It's a croissant with a hot dog in it.
Croissants with the little
Little
beef.
croissant with
I
the
don't
little
eat. I don't
wiener.
eat
Little
meats like
smoky.
that. I'm sorry.
It's so good.
Pause.
Cookies.
He likes his meat bigger than the little weenies.
Pause.
Moving on to the next category.
Champion of desserts. Is it chocolate chip cookies or puppy chow?
Cookies, because I don't know
Cookies,
what puppy chow
yeah.
is.
Yeah. All right. Final four. This
Wow,
is
here we
championship.
go.
So in region 1, we have queso versus wings.
I'll say wings because it looks like that's where you guys are headed.
I'm gonna say queso actually.
I'm
Whoa,
going to say wings. I'm wings.
So wings.
Derek?
It's the wings for me.
wings it
wings.
is. Because you know the Eagles
We have pigs in a blanket or chocolate chip cookies.
cookies.
I'm gonna take the cookies for sure.
Yeah.
Gotta get rid of
cookies.
these pigs.
We
All
got the
right, so
wings
our
already.
our national championship game is wings versus chocolate chip cookies for your Super Bowl snack bracket
And
showdown.
you know it's gonna be wings. Come on,
It is.
guys. Wings
It
is
is.
standard.
so the
It's
champion,
wings.
come on, tell me, is it wings or cookies?
It's
wings.
wings.
It's wings.
You know, I'm completely. Blah, I can't say this word. Completely honest. Why was there no pizza in this category? But you guys have
We did the pizza
French.
roll.
No, we have pizza rolls. Pizza rolls.
That doesn't really.
Yeah,
count.
every
Pizza roll
every
versus
Super Bowl
pizza
party
is
I've ever
different.
been to has pizza as part of
Pizza
the
is
mix.
like an American tradition, guys.
I think pizza might have even
I think
won
pizza
it.
instead of the sliders, for real.
Yeah, for real. There's some weird
Yeah,
ones in here. Pizza
yeah.
should have been in the
I
mix.
would say maybe jalapeno poppers overall.
Wow,
Oh
here
my
we go
God.
again. If it was up to
You guys
Emily,
are about to
it'd be
see how
jalapeno
poppers
poppers
hold
and
a
puppy
grudge.
chow.
If you don't get out of here with them jalapeno poppers, anybody's
And
stuck on
puppy
jalapeno
chow,
poppers.
that's
I
what
will
you would
take the
go
whole
for.
plate of jalapeno poppers and
If
leave
you
and
don't
be
get up out of here with
happy.
that, then watch I hear that.
Trader Joe's is winning right now. They saw all of these.
Sell all of them. All right, well, there you go. That'll do it for it.
It's the Super Bowl snack bracket.
Well, thanks again to Chris Brown from Elevation Worship for joining us. Don't forget to check out their new project, I Know a Name. It drops on Saturday. And don't miss them when they head out on their Elevation Nights tour, which kicks off in a few weeks. Make sure to check out issue 116 of Relevant, people. I see the numbers. I see those of you who have and who haven't yet. Go check it out. Nate Bargatze is the cover story. We got Connor Price, Galan, Jackie O'Perry, Aiden King, and a lot more. Chad Beach, David Kushner. It's stacked. It's stacked. It's free. If you want to read it for free, go to the magazine tab over at relevantmagazine.com. And if you want the beautiful digital magazine to flip through, and it looks like our old print mag, but it's interactive. Sign up for Relevant Plus. It's the best way to get our content. It's as low as $2.50 a month. Get ad-free, unlimited reading at the website. You get this podcast ad-free, the digital magazine, and more. You can find out all the information for the plans for Relevant Plus and sign up right there at relevantmagazine.com. All right, on that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Derek Miner.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Marty.
We'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great Super Bowl weekend, everybody.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
I will hold that grudge for Rihanna.
Relevant Podcast Network.